Jane Galena here, also known as Airplane Jane, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about my favorite top 5 books for people that want to get into day trading. I definitely learned from other people's experiences, and I find that's the easiest way to be able to progress forward. But before we continue, make sure that you hit like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you guys receive notifications when I go live with awesome videos just like this one. So, number 1 book on my list would be da-da-ding, Reminiscence of a Stock Operator, all about Jesse Livermore back in the early 1900s when he was trading from bucket shops. He was up in Boston, he went to Chicago, and he really became a millionaire following the tape, which nowadays still works. If you follow the tape, you are reading where that volume is, you're seeing where the bids, the asks are, the higher probability trades. I think that's probably my favorite part of the book, is where he's talking about waiting for that higher probability trade. If that level is broken, why not wait for that higher probability trade setup instead of just jumping in, right? He was giving advice to some of his friends, and then later he explained it, hey, if this one's going to work and continually work, when you wait for that signal, then why not wait, right? Next, we have Pitbull. This is the Wall Street champion day trader, all about Martin Buzzy Schwartz. And it is much like Reminiscence of a Stock Operator, where we have another floor trader that has had success in the stock market. And then he went to open up his own hedge fund, figured out that that was not for him, dealing with other people's money. He much preferred just trading for himself, actually moved out to California, and really ended up seeing that trading was a passion of his, but he had to do his work for himself. He couldn't rely on other people, and he still had to do all of his own charting by himself. This came out 70s, 80s, so much more current version about day traders and his own personal experience, which I really find easy to connect with as a trader, to hear about other people's, successes and losses as well. So you get to see the evolution of time as well with technology, because then the electronic systems came out while he was trading. So all of a sudden he could have his charts printed out instead of having to draw them himself. Next up is Momo Traders. This one I discovered when I was first starting out, and I'd read this and then I read Market Wizards, because this one really piqued my interest because it was very current. This is talking about, 2012, 2014, later, much later, so 30 years later. So we have 1900s, 1970s, and then 30 years later with Momo Traders. And this is great because it will talk to you about the penny stock traders, right? Now when everybody's trying to get into the market, everybody thinks, oh, I have a small account, I need to trade penny stocks. This will help you see how you can get really burned, but you can also have some great successes with penny stocks. I tried that route first, didn't work for me, and then later found out that large caps are more my style, the risk is lower, and the name of the game of trading is risk management first, right? So that leads me to the 4th book. Da-ding! My own book, FMJ Trust, Transition and Trade. I think this is an absolute must for any female trader that is out there. I wrote this book as a perspective of what I wanted when I was coming into the trading world. So really hearing other women's stories from futures traders in Australia. We have a nurse that turned to trading and learning about the financial world. So also proving that it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to come from a particular background or you have to have a certain type of knowledge before you get into trading, that if you put the time and the devotion in, you are able to progress forward and really learn how to trade. It takes time and it takes effort and it takes practice, but it is possible. The final book I have on my top 5 for day trading is Stephanie Kammerman's Dark Pool Secrets. because this will give you an edge in the trading world that no other room could really give you, except for if you already knew the owner of the algorithms that trades for the big guys. Stephanie really follows the dark pool prints, where the really big guys, the hedge fund traders of the world and of the market, place their trades. In this book, she'll give you tips and secrets on how to trade around those dark pool prints. And if you guys want a little bit more hands-on, you can come over to thedarkpools.com and the trading pit, and I can help you there myself as well. We do teach people how to trade all around the dark pools, but also how to trade in general. Obviously, the dark pools ends up giving you an edge because we can see when there's 50 million shares of the SPY being traded. We all work as a team and we all work together to try to help each other profit. It's not one person is greater than the other, and we don't talk about profits. We just talk about return on investment. So we are at the interest of seeing people succeed and trying to help to mitigate that risk. And that's a lot of what this book is also about: how to spot a correction, how to see when the big guys are placing their trades, what moving averages you might also want to use. So this is more about the actual mechanics of it instead of people's experiences, whereas the other 4 books really talk about their experiences and what they found worked for them and what didn't work for them at the same time. Thank you guys for watching. As always, if you have any questions and you'd like to reach out to me, please email me at jane@cjanetrade.com. I'll see you in the market, and carpe profit. Seize those profits one trade at a time.